Čaute skibidisi. Čaute skibidisi, a dnes tu máme Brawl Stars World Final. Teraz finálna hra, počkajte.
We've really only seen this brawler on Brawl so far this weekend due to his ability to shut down the ball carrier and render them incapable of taking a shot.
Who would have thought we would have gone from esports last year in the group stages to this very team? Samantha will definitely be having some recollections of that as this draft coming through. This is a man that understands the mind of Crazy Raccoon, and the drafts again today for Humble have been fantastic. Coming in. It's very safe.
Dajte najlepší, ja som si dal Humble typoval.
That's exactly what Crazy Raccoon are going to need to have themselves here. Jesse available, one of my kind of personal favorites, but certainly for Crazy Raccoon, they like their aggressive brawlers as well. We've seen the helps, fantastic. They've been on Melody.
Môžete vidieť, že
leave that in the hands of Tambo.
Toľko si nemáš.
That's a bit of a concern.
Looks amazing in hot zone. It's also very viable when it comes to heist. Melody can really chunk that safe down, provide she has the music notes. But Humble have a strong side laner in Otis, a consummate duelist, and they're going to pair it up with the Gene. It's going to be a penny here for Crazy Raccoon. Again, high damage brawler becomes a real nuisance later around once there's a turret.
Ale škoda, že prehrali SK Gaming, ale
Keep the enemy gem carrier on the move.
hrozný sú, že prehrali.
To be honest, I mean, Gus was available as well, and it's quite a nice mid to have on this map, and the shielding can be handed over.
A vbije na YouTube, hej, proste máte označený môj Instagram, tak sa to volá. Hej, takže mi tam môžete ísť a ten follow. No, sledovať.
Can just absolutely burn down immediately any opposition standing there.
Mavin si video z motorky.
Yeah, it's a big deal, I think, as well if you're putting your
Pročky mne tu do počítača, tak ešte do chatu, že
or whoever's on the gene from actually using Magic Hand to hook the pearl in. If you do that, you're liable to be blown up by that super. It's very, very scary. And with a hypercharge, it leaves a burning area around it when it gets popped. Squeak here to round out the composition for Humble. Some really interesting brawlers here. These two teams reaching into the last of their reserves in terms of their draft strategy to try and gain an edge.
Squeak has proved to be quite the menace over the course of the World Finals. I didn't mind it, but the question is, can they keep Crazy Raccoon at bay on the side of Humble? Because they're so aggressive by nature, and Pearl is going to be so difficult to manage on that lane side. Otis as well, sneaking in, it's just not necessarily still for me, one that I'm a massive fan of. But that is the Brawl Belt, the thing that both of these two teams are looking to claim and hoist at the end of this matchup. The ultimate prize in the game.
Alongside $400,000, the lion's share of our $1 million prize pool. A pretty penny. Crazy Raccoon are no strangers to this kind of situation. They have been here so many times before, reaching grand finals in consecutive years. They're familiar with this, and they're also familiar with playing in what we might consider hostile territory. They've not really had opportunities to take championships in home territory. It's often been Europe for them here, often with a crowd getting behind their opponents. It's the same for
SK Gaming, najlepší tým.
It often
A
has been.
prehrali proti Humble.
Moments from getting into the game here. There's a mild audio issue.
A som im tak veril, SK Gaming, že to dajú.
Every day Semantic will come to the dressing room and say, today
Ja
we're
som
going
tak
to lose.
veril, že dostal
And
som
it
do
has
finále,
not happened
dajú.
yet. Again, that modesty that's so crucial as a player in the pro circuit, shining through. Crazy Raccoon, they've taken definitely the closer of the journeys to get to this stage. But one thing I was saying to Semantic, very honestly, and very openly, was the fact that, yes, they've had 4 grand final appearances this year, but they were only able to lock in the 1 grand finals win back in June against Dajte division, and that for me says they are very consistent, but also at the same time not
Humble, idete Humble.
So we have some brawlers in this game that have hypercharges that aren't allowed to be used. They come into the game a little bit earlier than was
Zabanovaný je
expected.
Clancy, mal Kenji,
World Finals.
Stara,
Now, I'm not
Switch
calling him out,
Kenji.
but Semantic plays with his super and hypercharge buttons
Lebo Kenji na to
slightly
tú mapu
overlapping.
dobrý asi.
So he doesn't have to
Aj
stretch far. He can
Clancy, aj
button across the screen away from his super button. Otherwise, he's liable to use it by accident. And that would be a game loss were that to occur.
That's been the case for other players as well, of course, throughout the World Finals. It makes a lot of sense to do so. We've not seen anyone be as bold to use that as any kind of BM yet.
Boss, idziesz! Siedzisz
Of course, many in the crowd cheering for Humble as they are also.
Przyczyniamy się on do Szpaniel.
Can't be far away
Boss,
now, and I
Spaniel
cannot wait to
linii.
see how this first set goes.
Są wszyscy Niemcy,
especially over in the
Spaniel.
APAC region, seeing a ton of teams rise up. Start to
SK
actually
Gaming,
bring some pressure on
Niemiec.
Raccoon, a team in the past who took monthly final after monthly final in the APAC region in 2023. They were far and away the dominant team.
Switzerland,
Schweizer. Navi even submitted a team and managed to win their
Te
first
proste
monthly final.
Brawl Stars,
Make it far
World,
from LCQ, but the fact that they got there,
Brawl Stars,
competing in that March monthly
Brawl
final,
Stars,
says a lot about what they
World Finals 2024, máme to tu proste deň 3 je teraz, posledný deň, proste na konci presne dúfam, že sa vám presne páčili, keď sa vám, ale kto sa neteší na školu, tak sa neteší na školu. A je to, že sa neteší na školu. Čo ma naša mami na školu, hej, ti dáme. RM ti na školu. RM ti na školu.
In the shadows of his teammates to gain that first title.
Kámo, Boss, ideš, Luky, Dynamic, vieme, že Boss a ešte Dajte dostal Legendary Stardrop. A Luky, nie? Boss a Luky, nie? Hej, či? Neviem.
In his first World Finals is in a Grand Finals. I mean,
Nie.
that is just
Boss
something which just
asi
requires such a level of
Simantek
groundedness to stay in control of
dostal
your emotions.
Legendary Stardrop.
It's a rarity to see.
A v Pioneers je Ivan Karas. A Brawl, ideme na hru. Humble, idete do toho proste. Ja som si kúpil playerikonu SK Gaming.
Gems
SK
is sitting in
Gaming.
the mid for a while until the
Potom
control
na konci
is
streamu
there.
otvoríme
Champ's already
Legendary
got a nice
Stardropy.
foothold of this right-hand side. There's two good placements from Boss for Smurf.
Dobre,
over
už
to that
máte
right-hand
game.
side. Tensai low here. Semantic gets
Oni
some
majú
good
dva
spray damage and a
handicapa.
nice fat splatter gadgets as well.
Dobre,
Keeps him
máte
low,
dva
300 HP.
handicapa.
But
Oh,
Semantic's
look
gonna
at
find
that.
something
Dobre, dobre.
meanwhile.
Okay, both side laners there, the Otis and the Ember respectively, using some area of effect to try and take control, but Tensai comes up. That's not the lane he's supposed to win here, but he's looking pretty scary. Tapped down, able to walk away and somehow goes 1 for 1 there. That is absurd.
Humble,
It's unusual to see a
zabite ich.
Gene on the lane side as well as on this
Boss
map. Normally the Gene
is
takes the
a
mid
screen,
roll, but it's
no
going to give
happy.
Humble some options. Shatampo will find then Luki on that right-hand side and gets the pickup. Meanwhile, our gems are quite evenly split. 5 for Crazy Raccoon, 4 for Humble, and now 6 into the pockets. Shatampo moves into a more aggressive place on that right-hand side, but a magic hand going to nowhere. You got to land those, you don't get many in the game.
No, it's going to take Luki a while to build up another one, and the gem carrier is down. Luki, of course, can scoop these up quite happily, but Boss is that dedicated mid-tier. Semantic loses out, getting it against Tensai. Two-time world champion, really showing what he's made of here. And Boss is barely clinging on. That penny turret also providing a virtual fourth player here for Crazy Raccoon. It's too much pressure.
Boss walking forwards, and there's going to be obviously a takedown there. You've got to be a bit more reserved with your positioning power. All 3 members of Crazy Raccoon just sitting back full HP. They're waiting for the Humble push, and it's taking a time to get them, but with no utility, no pull for Luki. I don't really kind of see what they can do here realistically. The match is over, and it goes to where Crazy Raccoon is slow and sluggish start here for Humble.
A critical error for Luki. He lets a magic hand go, aimed at nothing in particular.
Ty tento tu, ty
Doesn't have
typek,
it available to
poštopa
try and
ich
put
tam dole,
pressure
ty
on Crazy
nubom.
Raccoon's gem carrier. That is a slow start from Humble.
Bravo, idete.
Let's see how they
Je
fare
fakt,
this time
kde
around.
to strieľa, však teraz
Going
ti
in,
hra začala,
Semantic
na
taking
čo
that right-hand
strieľaš?
side. Now going to try his luck with Shatampo, moving Luki into the mid for the Gene and
A
placing
keď
Boss with that
začnem
squeak
hrať,
into
už
the left-hand
chválku
side.
mi
I
dáva.
like these adaptations.
Ale tak
They're
potom
quite smart,
vyhrám.
and already you can see how Tensai's forced back. Shatampo lower as well as a result of being unable to shoot as many
Grand
shots.
final.
The pinch between Luki and Boss is good. Now that left-hand side is cleared up.
Great pressure. We've had a complete lane assignment. Luki is now the gem carrier. And Boss has been quite a nuisance here for the Amber of Tensai to deal with. Meanwhile, Semantic, it's a tough battle up against the Pearl, but Otis, one of the few brawlers that can really do it. Especially when that super is available.
Mám rád, keď je
Tensai again,
0-0.
eating a lot of this AoE damage. Super thrown out there by Boss. He does get some purchase, and again, the Amber drops.
Tampo lurking as Semantic is healing. On that right hand side, good gadget as well. Semantic surely here going to burn down. He's going to place a lot of pressure onto Luki. Flashing magic hand, but realistically, he can't even think about using it yet. He needs support. Boss going in on Tampo that left hand side. Gets
7 hodín 4 minúty. By tako zajímalo.
Grouping up with Moya. This magic hand needs to have the support.
Takže ma môžete vydať follow na Instagrame, môžete ma tam sledovať, hej. Mám to, keď prídete na môj kanál, tam je odkazy tam na môj Instagram a z Instagramu mám odkaz na YouTube kanál. Tak prosím, dajte tam follow.
Trying to earn it back. So much oil on the map on his left-hand side. Boss is really restricted as where he can go. Lucas will be cautious there, just evading it. These magic puffs healing will be quite crucial. Hypercharge for Boss going in. Moya's in trouble. The gems are down. Tampo is low. He's eradicated. Humble, collect all the goods and get on that countdown running.
Humble, idete, Humble. Idete, máte 17. Ty nech skápeš. Ostudne i do útoku. 3, 2, 1, marš over.
Great stuff from Humble. Got a hand
Jestli dám trošku tiše.
in that first game, not mentally, not on the map, and the adaptations worked out beautifully. The question is, Crazy Raccoon know what's coming.
Zase hráte novú hru, kde to nemusíte stýlať na začiatku hry. Už chlapín dáva, jak ja, si temano. Ten s tým perlou. Si tempo, alebo jak sa volá, si tempo. On, jak ja, na začiatku hry chlapín, a keď už chlapín nemám, mám ten pin, mám tie piny z tohto. Z toho proste. Tu čo sú bodíky, 2 som si otvoril, ešte tam mám tu milión neotvorených vecí, ľudia. Toto som si ešte neotvoril. Ideme naspäť tam do hry. Oni ste neprišli. 6 gemov, no gemov. Gem grab. Gem grab.
Okay, Magic Hand gets the turret. They can now at least clear that out of the way. Boy, will have super available against soon. Semantic all ships in the night. They run into each other, and he hit the mute somehow.
Máte 11, idete sa schovať, ty Luky. Siman, idete sa skryť. Nie, zober to, iď po to. Dobre, íď sa skryť, íď sa zakempiť tak, kde dozadu, íď sa skryť. Vyser sa na útok, skryť sa, íď. Kašľuj na útok, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, je to tam!
Humble just seem to have the ice in their veins.
Kde máme tu
What a comeback! Beautiful adaptations. And the comparison was
1-0, idete Humble.
so weak and weary in that first game, not
Humble.
in it at all. Just turn things around to come out victorious in the first set. It's a huge advantage.
I mean, I wonder if Coach Kanan's had much to do with that. They had the Otis laning against Amber on the left side, did Humble. And Semantic was struggling. He was losing hard to Tensai. That all changed as soon as Boss stepped up and stepped into the left lane. All of a sudden, it was Tampo and Pearl couldn't deal with the Otis. And all of a sudden,
Brawl Stars World finále sú 4 roky. Som si to včera na schvál pozeral, že jak dlho sú Brawl Stars World finále. Aj keď som si myslel, že sa mi to nezíde vôbec, keď si ma pozeral, že to hral a potom SK Gaming je prvé Brawl Stars World finále. Vyhrali SK Gaming. To je pred 4 rokmi, 2020. Ja som si myslel, že mne to netreba, že to je mi na nič. Mne to bolo úplne jedno. A teraz sa mi to rozlišilo, free bodíky, aj keď tie bodíky. Keď tie bodíky už mi netreba. No, 10 bodík. Kamo, to mohlo byť 2019.
Let's double back and talk about the penny.
Ja som nevedel, či mám dať 21, 22, počkej.
It's not my
Že
favorite. I've seen many
to kedy
teams come
vyhral,
try it out
alebo
and see how things fare,
to
but
už
I'm
je
gonna be
jedno.
honest. It hasn't got the best win percentage in my opinion along the way.
Ale to som
And
hlasovala
again, with
za
that jump
mapy,
pick,
hej.
you know, I like when I see a magic hand used for that turret. It really is a real problem that once it's taken care of allows you much more space to maneuver. As we move in now to our second set. Hot zone. Open business bands already in. Kenji Klasimo and the barriers, of course. We saw earlier today how influential that
Berry
was for
Clancy
Humble. Crazy
Stew.
Raccoon had to eradicate it. Combined with that Meg, SK Gaming had no opportunity. First pick a Gale, and not a bad one at that.
This is the kind of map is also where Nita makes her appearance at times, or other tanks. I mean, Daryl is still on the table. Can make that work. We've even seen teams try and play Rosa here in the past, despite the lack of bushes.
SK Gaming,
We're
kde,
gonna rally
aha.
crowd today.
handle.
I like it.
It's the best we've had in Brawl. I've always wanted to hear the crowd over my own voice. And today, and this whole weekend has been that time. It's like a rowdy football match. Surge comes in for Humble. I really do like this as the first brawler pick. The range is great to have, but it's also a fantastic tank counter. And we've seen in Hot Zone just how influential tanks can realistically be. So if Crazy Raccoon were thinking they've now got to second guess themselves. The melody is still there though. We've seen that from Crazy Raccoon time and time again. Even Semantic himself knows firsthand how difficult it has been to shut down Tampa when he has that brawler, Byron, coming in for Humble. Great amount of heals, and that's what you need to have. It's all about the objective, and more heals means more time spent on that zone.
So Moya on this
Víte,
pick
prečo boss
previously up
bere
against
Byrona?
Right Totem in a composition
Lebo je
that
boss.
feature a tank that they were trying to back up. This is the kind of map where you become a pseudo thrower when you have that super available.
No hate, ale viete prečo je
Shelter behind those walls and flip the fights on
furt
their heads with
každý
that
deň
super.
viac a viac
Also, going back to Surge, he
pupy,
has the
no
ability to
proste
jump over
vždycky
these
kontakt
barriers. They're
viac,
thin enough
vždycky.
that he can get into a fight and take you by surprise. Pop a
Nie,
power shield.
viete prečo
I warned you all at the start of this
to je taký
game.
detský komentár
Max
taký.
is where Crazy Raccoon find
Lebo sa
themselves in their
dovali
comfort zone.
bouchal.
They snapped it up here at pick 2.
A natáčal
Aggression,
to na streame.
agility, and speed.
Stejne máme video
Those are the
GTA
three words that I would use to describe Crazy Raccoon.
Že GTA
We've already
5
gone
in
in
real
with
life.
such
Im sa do hlavy
a
bouchal.
wonder pick. One that has made Tensai
Nice
famous
to
across
bear.
the world in Brawl esports history. Definitely a
Nice to bear.
troublesome thing for Humble to be looking at as Larry and Laurie
Larry
come in as
ho,
well.
Laurie ho.
I mean, I'm really liking this. You've got the thrower for control.
Neviem, na čo je ten
You've got the
Brawler.
aggression of that Max to
Neviem,
really
na čo je
lend a
ten
hand,
Brawler.
the
Nič
hypercharge
nerobíš
as well.
tu, iba
The Gale
je
is a
Brawler.
force to be reckoned with quite literally in this game. Humble better have a trick up their sleeve here because this is a gnarly comp.
This is a
My
short
Rory.
range comp for Crazy Raccoon though. That's one thing worth pointing out. Neither Max nor Larry and Laurie can really cover much of the map, and the problem for throwers here on Hot Zone is that they struggle to stand out on the
Franka,
point.
Franka.
Pick, combined with the Byron no
Aj tu
less.
tanka bere.
That's a little dirty.
You know what though? Watching Semantic play Frank earlier today, down the barrel of that Colette and just coming
Frank je
out on
dobrý.
top, time and time again.
Ma veľa
I have
HP.
not seen Frank play this good on a world final stage. If Semantic, who I'm assuming is going to be on that Frank, can bring the same fire that we
Hej, na
saw versus
konci
SK Gaming in Brawl Ball
si
into
musí otvoríme
Hot Zone versus
Star
Crazy
Drop a
Raccoon, I
Hypercharge
feel like we
Star
are going
Drop.
to be in for a massive treat.
Set number 2 will be Hot Zone and Humble walk in.
Takže povedzte
with a
svojim
1-0
kamarátom, napíšte, že
scoreline.
more,
Let's finally navigate this with the
ísť
Frank
skúkať,
against
máme
the
Mr. 12,
Galen.
streamuje
Semantic
finále
already
teraz,
pops
ísť
it out,
skúkať.
so easy.
Na konci otvorí Star
Low
Dropy.
HP, forced back.
A Hypercharge
Has
Star
Super
Drop.
been doing work. A nice space shift there from Tensai to evade certain peril. As now, Crazy Raccoon starts to push forwards. A nice from the left-hand side from Tampo. Semantic low on 180 HP. He's got to come back a little bit. But Humble have done a good job of staying on that zone early on.
But Moya's able to move up on that left side. That's when Larry and Laurie gets really annoying on this map, when his team has control. Boss, gadget pop there, doesn't actually have power shield in this particular game. Just wants to try and bank shots off those walls if he can. He's pretty healthy, and of course with super up has that invulnerability frame. Luki's done a great job keeping him topped up.
On
So
to
maybe
bude
he has
dvakrát
super here.
hrať.
He can start to break open
Hej,
the map,
3-krát,
denying Moya's
Bounty
safe
4-krát.
positioning. And there it is,
Barrel
breaking
bal
it open.
5-krát, či
Semantic
dobre to
now
chápem,
with
či zle to
Boss taking that
chápem.
capture percentage.
Hypercharge for Tensai and a nice takedown there. A boss straight onto the zone. Is a team wipe. And Crazy Raccoon now can get hunkered
Ja
down.
som to
It's gonna be
pochopil.
a very tough thing to
1,
push into
2,
a Gale
3,
with super as well.
4,
Humble
5,
know it.
no.
They're gonna recollect themselves heals very quickly and start to whittle down Crazy Raccoon gradually along the way.
You've got to avoid the spawn camp, Peter. He gets a throw out, and you're dealing with a Gale Super. Semantic suffers that. It's a hypercharge, in fact, so it comes in twice, and he cycles it a second time. That is terrifying. Boss still able to step up and fight. Great catch on top.
Możecie dać to do czetu napisać, hej, nie bójcie się.
Tapo is low. He's had to be firing this whole time, and there comes a hypercharge super from Semantic. Gets him the one. The Crazy Raccoon already have a distinct lead now.
Boss pushing through with the help of Lukey there with the huge heals out of there, but it's not even enough. A beautiful super there from Shitambo, and now Humble are already stumbling out of control. 84% for Crazy Raccoon, and now another takedown. They're firming him. There's only 10% remaining.
Yeah, the lorry's a problem here. Humble have to deal with that. Boss takes far too much damage on the approach, and Crazy Raccoon bounce back from a slow start.
Crazy Raccoon wygrali? Niech si naseru.
A solid game under pressure. As Crazy Raccoon start to dig deep.
Eru.
A great comp, one that I feel very much win this set. But Humble have shown us already today against this very team. They have got adaptations up their sleeve. Well, now they need to start to bring that in to Hot Zone.
Semantic opted to bring a Frank here to a Gale composition. We have to wonder if he's regretting that at all right now. Super up for Semantic. Humble have gotten to 20% capture percentage to Crazy Raccoon's 8.
Crazy Raccoon now pushing the speed coming through, but they are falling behind. 37 now, 40% for Humble. And Crazy Raccoon haven't had a single look and pushed back deep into the spawn side now. They've got to regroup. They've got to find themselves yet again and going back to the first game as Humble playing this far better than before.
Yeah, Shitambo needs to build some supers. He cycled them well last time, but Boss wins his fight on the right. Shitambo gets behind them, but he's stunned up by Semantic Super. And this is a massive lead now for Humble.
It's just, again, it's a night and day difference. I mean, Humble come in, they lose the game, but then they come back like this. 8% is all that is there for Crazy Raccoon. They've got a really talented tie game behind, they just can't do it. Humble are on the zone, 100 to 8. Crazy.
Moya just gadgeted into a Frank hit. He needed the healing, I get it. But he dashes in the direction of Lorry and puts himself in the line
Kto
of fire.
wygrał?
Can Humble do that again? That's the question.
Mate.
It was a tough first game. I was surprised they were even to make that one look so convincing. They got that early control. I think that's what it comes down to here. Semantic already tanking like 4 shots there from that Larry and Lori. He's gonna need more than just a couple of hills there from Lukey. Boss in the zone now, popping gadget. Does need, again, that support of Lukey, who's just doing his best to be everywhere in this game.
Much better early pressure here for Crazy Raccoon. Semantic can't play forward right now. Boss, though, wants to try and overwhelm. This is a lane switch here for Crazy Raccoon. The Moya eventually capitulates. The pressure from Lukey from mid was too much, and Semantic brings down the lorry. Boss has been out of his mind on this right side of the map, and Tensai's lucky to be alive after that shot came in. 42% to 9.
Asi pozrite nové video Nemudrej či východňar.
Tensai comes in, lovely face, but Boss is still there. He is that rock. Semantic playing ring around the rosy there with more on the left-hand side. Laurie going over the fence does find a kill, but again, Boss is there. 528 HP, but he's still locked in.
Keď dáme 500 odoberateľov do konca roka, urobíme ja som nový mister, za nás kto by ešte nevedel. Mladý javák, hej, to je Samo. A Versus, to je Daniel. Urobíme song. Hej, bude hej, bude song. Keďže by to jedno, song. A bude song proste, hej. Keď dáme 500 odoberateľov do konca roka, hej. Máme čas, máte čas dať 500 odoberateľov do 1.1.2025, keď dovtedy dáme do 1 hodiny ráno. Keď dovtedy dáme 500 odoberateľov, urobíme ten váš song. Random grab. Vlastne 2000 bodov, strelno 2000 bodov. Tie body už by
Up on that right
Tak
side.
presakovali
Doesn't
tu
matter
tak,
who
kde.
it was Chitampo that he had to fight. He
Ja
took
nemám
on
komu
all
uciec.
challenges and came out on top.
Toto.
I'm so impressed. I
Zase otvoríme
really am
potom.
with Humble. Every
Keď
time,
vyhrajú.
every set, losing the first game, but learning so immediately, quickly against a team that are absolute masters of Brawl. It's scary stuff. It makes you feel like it could be another EMEA year. We still got plenty more still to
Už
go.
len im dajte,
But
že
for Crazy
vyhrali.
Raccoon now, they are 2
Dobre,
sets
3-0,
down.
2-0
How
vyhrali.
to come back from that? They've done it before, but can they do it again?
A reverse sweep in our grand final.
Humble,
That was too much to imagine.
Bude hejst.
Last pick, Frank, for Semantic. He brings in, he says, I know there's a
Bude
Gale here.
5, je
I know I'm
hraľa.
going to be under pressure. I know they have throwers, but Frank just
To je
so
to prvý
powerful.
deň sa
He
hrali
really opened
dve
up the map,
hry,
and
nie?
all of a sudden, when you start to see those supers
4-3?
come
Neviem
through
už.
from Semantic, as the masonry starts to be destroyed, that's where Boss can walk up and start to be a real threat. We talked about the short-range nature of this Crazy Raccoon comp. That gets exacerbated when the map gets broken up.
It screams confidence. It says to me, you've got to ban this brawler. You've got to just adapt away from what is just like the hard meta and ban what I know that I can
Takže mohol by
absolutely
sa
go
Brawl
to
Stars
town on you
vrátiť
with.
bez ternovskej
Did
tematiky.
it in Brawl Ball against SK earlier today, looking at that
Boli by
Colette
ste
and saying,
vtedy bez
I'm not
ternovskej.
worried. He did it again
Zabanovaní
there against the
brawlerovia
girls,
sú
saying, I'll do it again.
Daryl, Clancy, Crow,
Crazy Raccoon
Melody,
banned the
Clancy,
melody
Mo.
can only mean one thing, and
The
that
score
Humble have the coin toss. And this could
Daryl,
be a bit of a
Clancy,
nail in their
Crow,
own coffin.
Melody,
They would love to have got
Clancy,
their hands on
Mo.
that Melody pick. They would
Very
have
much.
certainly snapped it up as a first brawler pick if they hadn't been able to do so in that position. And Colette coming in for Humble, a beautiful first brawler.
Now, in the past, in this tournament even, we saw Crazy Raccoon go for a crazy Bonnie pick on Safe Zone. Slightly different map, but a lot of the same principles do apply. Bonnie, pretty good at the poke down game, and of course can all in onto a safe and start
Adam
attacking it
Zuzka
up close.
gaming 1,
No surprise to see
druhý.
Colette here from Humble. It doesn't really tip their hand in any way. It's just a very good brawler. Another brawler that, again, can attack the enemy safe from a relatively safe distance and cycle those supers if any defenders are unlucky enough to get caught in for damage. Lola
Trend
here,
right.
picked up for CR. Just a very, very good mid to long range brawler in terms of that damage output.
We already saw today, against Humble when Joker had 756 DPS damage with the Lola pick, and they still lost. It was crazy. I've never seen that much DPS in my life. Here it works a lot better. I can hear you with that body pick. Certainly the first thing I look for is to see whether Crow is banned, if that's the idea, and it is banned. It's a possibility here. The Crazy Raccoon, they're going to bring in the Kenji. A dangerous one for sure, and Heist. Is it his best game mode? I'm not massively convinced. I was surprised that Humble actually won that set earlier today with that very brawler. It's one they cannot snap up now. Certainly, if Boss goes with Colt, I know we're going to be in for such a treat. No one bans
Keď nemá
against Humble. I still
ten typek skid
don't
na
know why.
kole je sus.
Every time in Heist, they seem to bring it
Bele,
in,
čo
but
má
this
malé
time going
tele.
with the bell. It's definitely
Keď
that
nemá
same pair of
skid na
hats. The
Bela,
mark
je
is going to be
normálne.
quite
A
influential
keď
to
má
land onto the Kenji.
o Bele,
But is it going to be enough? It's not the best in DPS.
This is definitely a control-oriented brawler. Humble are assuming if Crazy Raccoon want to try and take up residence in the middle of the map in that grassy area, Boss can actually get some extra value as those shots will bounce between enemy targets that are within close proximity.
Kenji,
Certainly with the Lola, that's their
Bele,
thinking process there.
Sem,
Is simply use
6,
that ego and just systematic there, maybe indicating about swapping
The
lanes
bell
there.
shots,
Luky
the bell
dá, čo
shots
vyberie
bounce between
jedna.
Lola and her ego.
8-bit, 8-bit,
8-bit here for
8,
Humble. Okay.
8-bit,
This is an interesting one. I mean,
8-bit.
a few different ways you can take these, but this really does scream to me, we want to set up shop in the middle of the map. We want to just dominate in the control game and then start to use Collect to pressure that safe down, use our safe long range, whether it's extra credits or, war cartridge here from Luki, or cheat cartridge, excuse me, remains to be seen, but nice way to round out a composition that had maybe questionable levels of damage output. The old faithful.
That hypercharged turret lands onto the Humble safe. It will be decimated in seconds. Jesse pick is a very strong one for Crazy Raccoon, but for Humble, they've just got to not feed into it and do their very best to avoid giving more power over to Crazy Raccoon. Not going to be easy to do with a slow and sluggish 8-bits. And that damage boost of the bouncing shots will go between the two. Without the plugged-in star power, we'll see what that 8-bit is bringing to the table. That's not the case, but it could be even more challenging to avoid feeding into that Jesse.
Okay, it's got the cheat cartridge here.
No, už je to
For this 8-bit, plugged in, also taken as the star power arc. Let's see how these lanes pan out. Chitampo getting kind of pummeled there by Boss. Gotta respect the 8-bit, and there's the damage booster deployed.
Tensai forced back, and now is the heal, but Boss comes in, and look at that! Tapping up so strongly in that right-hand side.
Damage?
Beautiful mark there from Luki. The team play is unreal, and as quickly as that, Humble on the safe.
This is it. The set that Humble needs to
Takže
take
Lego odbery dneska
to
pizdolené.
hold the belt aloft. Crazy Raccoon have decent mid-control if they can get there, but
Ježiš,
they've got to start to win some of these close battles. Boss is down here. Chitapo's trying to mad his way through finally. Now threatens the safe. Moya has an ego up, but
Ja
it's
ten
straight back
X-safe
from the
neroz-
wallers. We need to get quite
nemôžu
close to
im
shooting at
rozbiť.
that safe. Big damage here for Crazy Raccoon.
Handle
Now
musí
get ahead.
vyhrať.
A lovely lineup there for Semantic to really line up the turret and some extra damage on that left-hand side. It made for a good defense, but it has pushed Crazy Raccoon into a small lead. Tampo forcing that left-hand side, but a nice mark hypercharge there from Luki, and Semantic staying firm in position, looking to try and earn that hypercharge, of course. If he gets down to the safe, it'll be devastating. Tensai has hits. That's a huge concern for Humble. They're going to be so cautious now on defense.
But this is what we talked about. Set up shop in mid-arc and be immovable. Crazy Raccoon haven't been able to unseat Humble from this part of the map. Boss is able to fall back. Semantic helps him bring Chitampo down. Crazy Raccoon to 51% on their safe. Tensai's got to dodge a whole lot of these shots. Luki does fall, but here's some free damage for Semantic.
Goes in, uses it onto Moya. Not the greatest of connections, let's be honest, but enough damage to give themselves a little bit of a cushioning as we approach the 30-second mark, and Luki is staying so strong on his left-hand side, bouncing his time between that mid, but Chitampo now lurking forwards, marked up immediately. The accuracy of Humble is great, but now CL can collect themselves and go in for a push.
Playing around that damage booster now. Boss obviously wants to make sure he benefits from speed, and we're switching into a defensive stance here for Humble. They want to try and pressure Crazy Raccoon down before they think to come forward. Mark on Chitampo, Tensai there with a star power. Scrappy's hitting hard, 49%, it's getting low. Moya in a
Dobre, nie.
There it is, 3 seconds.
Oj, kamo to je boss, Jak? Čo mu šibe?
The solo mission onto the safe. With the
Boss.
super.
To je šéf.
Humble are 1 game away.
The crowd is electric.
Toto je šéf najväčší.
Semantic said one more set, and now it's one more game to take home the gold. Already a swift eradication of Tensai there as Chitampo and Moya left all alone. And these marks from Luki, we don't talk about them. They're landing every single time on that Kenji, time and time again. And that is the thorn in the side of Crazy Raccoon.
Have we ever seen a debut from a rookie on the world stage like this? He has been incredible over the course of the weekend. Semantic though, it's a whiff off that super. Still shielded up enough. Moya definitely has to respect this. Has to watch out for the bouncing damage from Luki. Tensai struggling against the 8-bit. Takes the tap and Boss finishes the job. Chitampo also quite low here. Luki playing from inside that damage booster means the Bell is a legitimate threat. Another ego that's going to be short-lived as Moya has to throw them so far away from himself.
It's just a matter of time before Boss will pick him up. Semantic as well, turret into the mid for Tensai. You need to be saving that ready for the safe. Semantic now just going to use that onto the 3 shots that he's able to obtain. Gets the 10%, gives Humble a small lead.
It's a narrow one, 6% here. Crazy Raccoon starting to posture towards Humble's safe. Boss is down. Moya's a problem here. Has another super available, so the damage output will be dastardly. Semantic just wants to play around the wall here. Boss back off respawn, but the Kenji in the left is a problem.
Tensai has got hypercharge as well, but Luki finds it.
He's
Gets
down.
the follow-up as well. The taps are on point, and now
To si
Boss
sa
going balls
tepili
there.
napravo.
Not going to be popping gadget just yet. Wants to reserve it slightly.
They're ignoring
Remember,
him.
Chitampo is on the safe. He is marked up, and he is getting consistent damage in for Crazy Raccoon.
Crazy Raccoon are ahead now. The Kenji gets to have his way with the safe and brings Luki down. Humble have got to respond. Super there from Semantic onto the safe for Crazy Raccoon. A slim lead here for Humble. Luki has a second bite at the apple. Still trying to get this Kenji out of the way. It's even at 67 apiece.
A nice takedown there from Boss, and he kept his own life in the process. Not an easy thing to do there, as Semantic was low himself and couldn't necessarily tank. Good taps to the left-hand side.
Asi remíza.
Forcing out the ego, but the ego goes down so quickly. Great mark again.
Vyhra jeden alebo druhý.
And they secure the right side of Tensai.
Dobre ideš. Dobre ideš, Kolet. Dobre ide. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Humble, čo ti šibe? Najlepší Brawl Stars tento rok. Humble, kámo, čo ti šibe? Idú. Čo ti šibe? Humble, kámo, Humble, to sú bonusy, kámo. Najväčší bossovia, Humble. Ale keď som bol, že SK Gaming sa dajú, ale Humble sú tiež dobrý World Champion, Humble.
As they approach the belt, to lift it, and Humble are your Brawl Stars World.
Idú Humble, Brawl Stars World finále. Luky. Kámo, to je koľko tých konfet. Proste Brawl Stars World finále, zdravo.
Finally, Semantic has his day. From humble beginnings to glorious ends. That's been the story of this team.
A na budúci rok zase bude stream.
To achieve greatness. And we've got to hear it from the boys themselves. Let's head down to the stage, get some words from your world champions.
Semantic, Lukey, Boss. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise one more time for Humble! Looks great on you, Semantic. How are you feeling, buddy? Try to put into words the emotions that you're feeling right now in the Superfest arena.
Any emotion you can think of, it's coming to my mind. Happiness, all the energy we put in this year, it's all paying off. Finally, new roster this year with Boss insane, Lukey insane, Kennen insane, whole Unbelievable insane, everything's just coming together. It's worked out, and I'm almost crying. It's so nice.
It's great to see the emotion. We can tell how much it means to you. The crowd are absolutely loving it. You had such a great
Humble, kámo.
And you kind of had a bit of a situation at Worlds. You were having a tough time, and it feels like the curse is lifted, right?
Yes, I was used to known to literally not win a single Worlds match and have a second place curse. I broke both of them. I got off group stage, I got off quarterfinals, and I won the World Final!
Now, as we can all hear, both at home and right here in the arena, the support has been overwhelming. The fans have been absolutely brilliant throughout this entire weekend of competition. Is there anything that you guys would like to say to them?
Thank you to every single supporter right now on the stage. Wherever you're watching, to everything. Not only this year, the years before, the one before that, before that. I love you all. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you.
Na budúci rok zase ideme na streame.
Just one more thing. One final thing before I let you go. $400,000. Yeah, I know. Did you forget about that one? The Brawl Stars World Championship belt. And also, Semantic has been voted MVP of the Brawl Stars World Finals! You've all done amazing. You've all done absolutely phenomenally. And thank you so much. Congratulations one more time. We're going to get you to lift that championship belt one final time. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time at the Brawl Stars World Finals, your champions, Humble! Thank you so much to everyone for watching and for being right here at Superfest as well. It's been absolutely amazing to be a part of. To all the players, thank you so much for all your
Ďakujem
hard
všetkým,
work.
čo sa
Please come
pozerali
back
na
next
tento
year
stream.
and come back stronger. To the talent, you are all absolutely brilliant to work with. Thank you so
A
much
keď
for
už
all
tak
your
po
hard work.
streame,
Production
alebo
and
na
set
streame, to je
design have been
jedno.
fantastic
Hlavne, že
throughout
ste
as
sa
well.
kúkali na
Thank you
tento
so
stream.
much. And there's nothing really left to say here, but that is it from us here at Superfest. My name is Banks, and we'll see you very, very soon.
SK Gaming ale SK Gaming som im viac fandil. Stupid totem! Ja som ich dal, som promenoval na stupid totem. Buff. A máme tu koniec, vezmeme zvonec a rozprávky je koniec. Halo. Kuzle. Kladí tu. Proste je tu koniec kuzlody tu. A ideme si na ten Brawl Stars kúknuť. Toto si nepřimáte, to potom natočím z toho raz video, keď sa prihlasíme do toho výčetu. Mikrofon nedrží. Taký drahší mikrofon mi treba už. Moc lacný bol tento, ani 100 € nestal. ASMR pamätáte? Tu on dal. A ešte raz to zapnúť, bolo nejaké. Žiadne supercell sa mi tu neobjavuje. sus. Tak asi na tento stream by to bolo všetko, keď sa vám stream páčil, dajte like, odbera. Napíšte do chatu, čo vám padlo, do komentárov aspoň tak, kde dajte mi follow na Instagram a čau!